What if I told you that the ongoing conflict between Israel and Palestine isn't just a modern-day struggle, but one that spans over 3,000 years? The roots of this conflict go all the way back to the ancient biblical patriarch Abraham and his two sons, Isaac and Ishmael. Their sibling rivalry set the stage for a battle over the Promised Land that has endured through centuries of history. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into the biblical, historical, and geopolitical events that have shaped this conflict over millennia, from ancient times to the modern era. The story begins with Abraham, who was promised a vast territory by God, a land to be inherited by his descendants. But Abraham had two sons, Ishmael, born to Hagar, and Isaac, born to Sarah. God chose Isaac to be the heir of the covenant, which gave rise to the nation of Israel, while the descendants of Ishmael became the Arab peoples. This division marked the beginning of a long-standing struggle over both land and spiritual legacy. For Jews, the land of Israel, including what is now Palestine, is seen as their God-given inheritance. For Palestinians, many of whom trace their lineage back to Ishmael, this land is equally their ancestral home. Over time, the Israelites settled in the land of Canaan, which they believed was given to them by God. Under leaders like Moses and Joshua, they conquered the territory and established a kingdom. Jerusalem became the religious and political heart of their nation. However, throughout history, this land has changed hands many times, from the Assyrians and Babylonians to the Persians, Greeks, and Romans. After the destruction of the Second Temple in 70 AD, the Jewish people were dispersed throughout the world, living in diaspora for nearly 2,000 years. Meanwhile, the land that was once Israel became known as Palestine, ruled by various Islamic empires after the 7th century. Jerusalem, while sacred to Jews and Christians, also holds profound significance for Muslims. It was during the rise of Islam that Jerusalem became the third holiest city in the Muslim world, following Mecca and Medina. Fast forward to the late 19th century, when the Zionist movement began gaining momentum. Jewish people from around the world sought to return to their ancestral homeland, driven by rising anti-Semitism in Europe. This movement culminated in the establishment of the modern state of Israel in 1948. But the creation of Israel only intensified the conflict, as hundreds of thousands of Palestinians were displaced, leading to the ongoing struggle for territory and sovereignty that we still see today. At the core of this conflict lies a deeper issue: a clash over identity, legacy, and divine right. For Jews, the land of Israel is a fulfillment of God's promises, a return to their biblical roots. For Palestinians, it is the land where their ancestors lived for generations, long before the modern state of Israel was founded. The battle isn't only political, it's a spiritual one, with both sides believing they are entitled to the land based on their history and faith. As we examine this 3,000-year history, one thing becomes clear: this is not a conflict that will be easily resolved by political agreements or military victories. The Bible itself speaks of the land of Israel and its surrounding territories playing a key role in the end times. According to biblical prophecy, the fate of this land is intertwined with the ultimate plan of God. So what can we learn from this long and complex history? Perhaps the greatest lesson is one of patience and humility. As humans, we often try to solve conflicts through our own means, through diplomacy, warfare, or negotiation. But the truth is that some struggles are much larger than we can fully comprehend. The Israel-Palestine conflict is deeply rooted in both spiritual and historical contexts that stretch back thousands of years. The Bible reminds us to seek peace and justice, but also to recognize that the ultimate resolution lies in God's hands. Whether through divine intervention or political resolution, the story of this land will continue to unfold, and it will play a crucial role in the events yet to come. In the end, it's not just about borders or governments, it's about fulfilling a plan that's been in motion for thousands of years.